God damn those physics. Unreal stuff. Sea is huge. We also got her. And then we also got her. Yeah, I'm already liking this game. Okay, so I've been playing this game for the past couple days and you already saw one of the main reasons, of course, but even besides that, I have actually been enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. This game is Langrisser Sea of Sword. It's not globally released yet but coming very soon, and I got to play the CN server alpha test happening right now. Thanks to the team for giving me early access to it, really appreciate that. I know Langrisser is an established IP, but I've never played their previous game, so I'm completely new to this, and I was very excited to check it out when I got the opportunity to play the alpha test. It's developed by the same BlackJack Studio, and I didn't know what I was getting into, but you know I love myself some tactical strategy RPG games, and this game definitely scratches that itch and a lot more. I have been pleasantly surprised by the game till now and have been playing it quite a lot for the past couple days and genuinely enjoying it. Feels something fresh for me at least. So I wanted to make this video on my early impressions and what the game is about, etc. And you guys let me know if you want me to continue making more videos on it. I'm very much looking forward to the full global release. As you can see, this is a Chinese build, so much of the story is going over my head, not really able to understand and follow it a whole lot. But the UI and gameplay is quite easy to figure out even in Chinese. They got good visual tutorials, so wasn't a big problem. Before I get into the gameplay and battles and stuff, I need to talk about the genre and the design aesthetics of this game. It has that classic 2D fantasy JRPG aesthetic. From what I've gathered from the visual storytelling, you are playing as a character called the Nameless One. You lost your memories, of course, classic, and now teamed up with this mysterious white-haired girl trying to piece together what happened. Classic fantasy story setup, nothing revolutionary there, but it's the presentation and the animations that stand out to me and I like them. The whole thing is 2D. I'm usually not a big fan of 2D or chibi style games, but if done right they can also be really good, like here. I like how they have done like a layered 2D style to bring some depth perspective, almost like a 2.5D feel, and the character arts and animations feel very clean and nice to look at, so plus points for that. This 2D style is not trying to out-spectacle anyone, it's just trying to do its own thing and I think it's doing that very good. I love that you are able to run around this open map, talking to NPCs, picking up quests, gathering little materials, opening chests, solving small puzzles here and there. You know I like puzzles. It plays like an old school JRPG you'd sink a lot of time into. The map is not exactly open world but instanced with a lot of space to move around and it's big. If I zoom out, you can see we have all this area in this instance. Then we zoom out more to a larger map and there's so much more area to explore there. And we can zoom out even more to see all the continents, I'm assuming. So this is a big world. I love exploration, I'm a loot goblin, I love looting chests and collecting stuff, so I'm a big fan of all this. There's a full dialogue system too with different text speeds and a skip button if you want to rush through. Small thing but it's necessary to have in my opinion. Okay, now that you have an understanding of the setting and the premise of the game, this is not just a simple JRPG story game. There's an entire tactical battle system sitting underneath all of this with quite some depth and variety to it. It's a full-on turn-based and grid-based tactical strategy RPG, and that's honestly where the game shows what it's actually made of and caught my interest. So the main unique point of combat here, in my opinion, is this dual commander system. Instead of deploying one character, here that means a dual character setup that counts as one deployment. Every squad has a main commander and a sub-commander, and both of them bring their own troops along with them. Main commander gets 2 skills, sub-commander gets 1, and this is the part I liked. You can switch their positions and depending on if they are main or sub position, their available skills change. Because of course, like I said, when a character is in main position they get to use 2 skills and the sub-commander gets to only use one of their skills. So you gotta think strategically here how you want to set up the team. They also have separate HP bars and you gotta think about that too, because the sub-commander's bar drops first and once it's gone you lose access to whatever skill they were bringing, so you see why their positioning is important. You can also flip the troop positions between front row and back row depending on how you want to play a fight. So like I want my melee more strong troops on the front line and ranged or squishy troops in the back line. You get the idea. And also when you pair the right 2 commanders together they can pull off cooperative skills. Some are just general class synergies but some are specific bonds between particular characters that hit for way more than a normal attack. Figuring out which pairs unlock these and how they work together is another level of strategic element. Okay, this next part also might be my favorite thing in the whole game. Terrain actually matters here in the fight, not just as flavor. You can click on a tile and see the different types of terrains and what types of advantages they provide to different classes and stuff. But also there's this elevation icon that says the elevation level of a terrain. And if your cavalry is sitting up on high ground and attacks down into the enemy, you get a real damage bonus. And you see them barreling down the slope here. Small things, but it makes every fight feel a little more tactical and gives you even more opportunities to strategize about positioning your units in a fight. There's also destructible terrains. You see the enemy mage blew up the bridge, so I had to reroute through water instead, which costs more movement. But you can also freeze that water solid to make new paths as well. Pretty neat tactics. It comes in useful in exploration as well. And lastly, the boss fight. There's some good mechanics too. Bosses have specific tiles that count as weak points. In this fight, these 2 tiles out of the entire boss counts as its head, and this is his weak point. So you actually want to move your units into position to hit that first and cut off the head. So now he is headless and takes more damage. Good stuff. Also worth mentioning, there's backtracking turns that you can use to undo a bad move and replan. You get 9 backtracks here, very nice. I needed that in some cases because you will also unlock autoplay later, and let's just say it's not the best. Autoplay was killing my own units a lot more and I had to take control after backtracking in those fights. But you got that option, so no problem. As for the cast, even in this early build there's a solid roster of characters: healers, mages, lancers, dragon warriors, swordsmen, etc. And you can definitely see that art direction is absolutely cultured. Love the designs and love the physics. You have all the options to build your characters here. You can check out their skills from here, more details. I don't read Chinese, so I won't go into details about the skills. You can equip gears onto your units from here. Gears have different rarity. They drop from battles as rewards as well as from missions. I haven't found any crafting system or anything like that yet. They also seem to have random substats. I don't know if we will have a reroll mechanic for them or not in future. In this early game experience, I was just auto-equipping them. I'm sure there's gonna be more to this system coming, or I haven't unlocked that yet. This one I think is a dupe system as it goes up to 6. Pretty similar to other games, so looks like that to me. You can also ascend your characters through levels and unlock new stuff from here. There's a whole lot of stuff you can get from this progression system. You also unlock new troops associated to your characters from here, like we see now. Also, if I go here, you can see all of the troops available to your character and you can choose and change between them. For my main character, I just unlocked this pirate troop, but I think I must stick to my soldier unit. There's also a class change system, it looks like. I can change this healer girl into a dragon girl, it seems. You do need to buy or unlock these new alternate versions from shop, and you get the currencies through different sources. Damn, I love their designs like I said before. Also, I think I have unlocked and can change this girl as well. Yeah, nice. So there's this system as well. Completely opens up more squad building ways. Like I showed before, when building your squads, I have later unlocked another system to equip more accessories to your commanders to buff them up even more. And there's NPCs in the map that sell you this stuff. Cool. There's gonna be a campsite that you unlock as well, where you will be able to develop and progress a talent tree like thingy. This screen gives me Path of Exile PTSD. But I think these affect your whole team, so you should max out this tree eventually. That's pretty much my overall feel for the game from the very first impressions. It's an alpha test build, so not everything's there yet and we don't know what else will change into the final version. This build is more for testing and establishing the base gameplay and core mechanics, etc. and I have enjoyed that. Oh, there's a stamina system as well, daily recharge. You use those to farm for upgrade mats and stuff, standard stuff. I think I can't really compare with older Langrisser games or see from the veteran players' perspectives, but if you enjoy fantasy tactical RPGs or classic JRPGs in general that actually feel like full RPGs instead of just AFK auto battle simulators, I think this one's worth keeping an eye on. It's still early days in this build, but there's high potential in my opinion. If you are interested and want to keep in touch, it's up for wishlist on Steam right now, that's a good sign, and you can also pre-register through their official site too. I'll drop both links down in the description. It will be coming on both PC and mobile. That's gonna be it for this one. let me know what you think. Have you played the Langrisser game before? Are you interested in this new one? Comment down below and let me know if you want me to cover more of this game in future and educate me on the past history of this IP. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.